Wow.
Welcome to our Myths and Legends Hour. The title of our story for tonight is The Origins of Fire on Earth. The time has come when many people have grown up on Earth, and there have been so many dry lands created by Tangaloa Tufungla from heaven, with stone ashes and soil from his carpenter's shop. And out from heaven Olangi came down into Lolofonua to the Maui clans. The names of the dry lands were made by the Tangaloas. So Moya Talanga told their head of chief, which was Moi Motua, and because they had often visited Maama, that they wanted to migrate from Lolofonua to Maama, taking along with him his son Maui Kisikisi at a very young age. Moi Motua said it was okay to go with Moi Si'i, but they must look for a warmer place to sleep at Maama, since there's no fire there. And also remember to go down into Tokanga for their crops. It is also the responsibility of the Maui clans to build Tokanga in Lolofonua. Maui Talanga and Maui Kisikisi then moved to Maama and settled on the small island of Koloa. Because Maui Talanga was drawn and attracted to the island, Maui called their home Atalanga, and from ancient times to modern times, their home is still known as Atalanga, the island of Koloa in Mavao. Now Maui Kisikisi is a grown-up, robust, and energetic boy, who oftentimes Maui Talanga ran away early in the morning and let him sleep until sunrise. One day as Maui returned from Tokanga when the sun went down, and at his regular speed, he would occasionally carry on his arms a package of sea leaves, which was his roasted yams from his underground cooking. Maui Kisikisi always wondered how and where in Maama can his father get roasted yam. He then determined in his heart that he would follow up on Moya Talanga when he left in the early hours of the morning. On this one particular night, Maui Kisikisi suspected that Moya Talanga would be leaving early for Tokanga, so he pretended to sleep by laying down on his bed. At dawn, when Moya Talanga woke up to get his gardening hoe ready, put on his sisi made with flowers different kinds, and tiptoed outside. Maui Kisikisi got up as well and quietly followed his father. Fortunately, his scented sisi kakala made it easier for Maui Kisikisi to follow him. Maui Kisikisi tiptoed and spied on his father at the same time, following the trail that were left behind by Moya Talanga. Suddenly, Maui Kisikisi noticed his father stopped, and to him he suspected that that would be the entrance to the place where his father disappeared to every morning. He saw his father pull out a huge tree, known as the kaho tree, move it to the side and to make way for him. Then he went down into the ground and reached back up and drew the huge kaho to its usual position. Now that Maui Kisikisi understands that this was the entrance to Lolofonua, he then leaned back and drew the large kaho tree, set aside, and went down into the open entrance and running forward to keep up with Moya Talanga. Moya Talanga walked straight into his garden and started his weeding. When Maui Kisikisi arrived and saw what Moya Talanga was doing, he turned and climbed up the nono tree and sat down from the top. He then plucked the fruit and picked it with his sharp teeth, then threw it at Maui Talanga. The fruit fell right in front of Maui's body, which surprised him, and he picked up the fruit and examined it. To his amazement, the bite mark on the fruit looks exactly like the teeth of the mischievous kid Maui Kisikisi. Moya Talanga looked around to see where the fruit was thrown from and bent down to continue his weeding again. Maui Kisikisi plucked another fruit, bit it again, and threw it at Moya Talanga's weeding hoe. Later, Moya Talanga raised his fist and exclaimed, "Alas, alas, you are just strangers. Who are you?" Maui answered, "I am Maui Si'i," then stepped down and walked up to the garden. Moya Talanga asked if the entrance to Lolofonua was closed, but Maui Kisikisi said he flew the huge kaho into the bushes. It has now been understood by Maui Kisikisi that they would remain in Atalanga at Maama, but their crops growing will be at Tokanga. Maui Kisikisi grabbed the weeding hoe and started weeding alongside his father. Moya Talanga told him the rule for their weeding, that they need to weed out and never look back. But Maui Kisikisi was still acting childish where he decided to play as they weeded. And he did. He just waded in and stopped, turned around, and looked back. The weeds had been forested again, and they later went back and weeded the part that was left wild. They kept on weeding, but Maui Kisikisi turned and looked back again and again. Soon the part that was weeded already had more bushes growing all over the place where they just weeded. Maui Talanga was so pissed off that he told him to stop weeding and go get fire, known as Yafi. Maui Kisikisi asked from whence, and Maui Talanga told him to go to Moimotua because he was his grandpa. Maui Kisikisi went up and surprised his grandfather Moimotua by how big he has grown. He instructed him to go forward to Hikuleo and approach him because he still has burning goals at Pulotu. This indicated that fire and water were kept by Hikuleo and Pulotu. Maui Kisikisi made his way to Pulotu and seek Hikuleo. He got there and noticed that the fire is still lit and glow, showing that Hikuleo is making something. He moved closer to take a better view and realized that Hikuleo was roasting yam, one big yam with 8 different segments or parts. Maui Kisikisi leaned over and plucked one segment of the yam. However, when Hikuleo reached down to the roasting yam and found 7 segments only, he started scolding on whoever he was to come and take his roasting. He was in awe at the person who knows how to eat the food that is cooked already rather than making it or preparing them. From this came one of the well-known Tongan proverbs of Patohe Fisifisi, Kai Vale He Fuki. But Maui Kisikisi had sneaked out and was already in hiding. One by one, Maui took all of Hikuleo's roasting until one segment remained. Then he spoke up and informed Hikuleo his reason for entrance to his sacred place was to get fire. Hikuleo told him to come nearer as he still had the sense of Maama. Hikuleo also asked of who sent him here, and Maui Kisikisi replied that it was Moimotua on behalf of Maui Talanga. Hikuleo then drew his fingernails out of the fire zone and gave it to Maui Kisikisi. When Maui Kisikisi reached Tokanga, the sun was ready to set, and Maui Talanga asked him what took him so long. Maui replied that he came with the fire from Pulotu, and Moimotua commanded him that the piece of fire should be kept at Lolofonua because it was so large, but took with him only a small amount of fire. He wrestled with his grandpa and left the fire there. Maui Talanga told him that his naughtiness had been too much now. He ate Hikuleo's roasting yam and ended up resting with his own grandfather. They hurried down to Moimotua and asked him to leave their piece of fire in his care while they go up to Maama because the sun has set already. When they arrived at Lolofonua, Moimotua was still trying to catch his breath after he wrestled with Maui Kisikisi. Maui Talanga told him that they are returning back to Maama and asked him to take care of the fire for them. Maui Talanga also informed Maui Kisikisi that it is strictly forbidden to take anything from Lolofonua to Maama. However, Maui Kisikisi was very stubborn. He let Maui Talanga go first, while he reluctantly returning to Moimotua's home, only to find Moimotua leaning against the fire for warmth. Without hesitation, Maui Kisikisi reached out and dragged the fire using one hand, while quickening his pace to leave Lolofonua. Moimotua shouted at him to come back and return the fire, and don't take the fire to Maama. Maui Kisikisi chased back and forth just in time for Maui Talanga to enter Maama. He hid the fire from his father and rushed to the entrance. Moimotua knew that a chase of Maui Kisikisi would be too late and in vain because he was so fast and he's still a boy. So Moimotua sat down and started chanting, "Tubutubulay fanua," to fall into Maama a heavy pouring rain. Maui Kisikisi has stepped into Maama and flew the fire into the air and shouted, "Afie, by fire, go and hide in the trunk of trees and also hide in the rock to be safe from the rain." As a result of this generation's faith and these legends foretold by Maui Kisikisi, they broke the dry logs in 2 other small logs and laid one of the logs while the other was set on fire on the limbs, and the fire came alive because Maui commanded it to be planted on the trees. The throwing fire, Toloafi, is still alive on the tree as well as in the stone. It is the cause of the fire in Maama, which came from the faith of these ancient generations in the legends of fire on earth. It's the civilization of Tonga from ancient times, catching fire from throwing fire, and from there, the roasting Fei Omo. Fei Tunu, and underground oven Fei Umu grew to molten times. If you like to listen to more myths and legend stories, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Thank you.